Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening to Wake Up, Look Up, a podcast where we connect events happening in real time to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Zach Weihrauch. And today's episode, we're asking, is snacking spiritual? This is based on an article I read this week that pointed to the rise of snacking as a habit among Americans. You don't need me to prove this. I don't need me to prove this. I live this. But just in case, here's some factual evidence. In the 3 decades leading up to 2008, the number of Americans snacking doubled every decade. In fact, it started at about 59% and is now, as of last year, up to 95%. 95% of Americans are eating pretty regularly in between meals. In fact, the data is now suggesting that progressively more and more Americans are snacking than are actually eating meals. In other words, we're no longer charting our day as what did I eat for breakfast or what did I eat for lunch or what did I eat for dinner, but instead we're just kind of eating throughout the day without any rhyme or reason. And this makes me wonder, hey, spiritually, is there anything that we should be worried about with regard to snacking? And the answer to that, I think, is unequivocally yes. Let me just say this. Snacking is not inherently sinful. You're a snacker and I'm a snacker. In fact, by the way, I'm such a snacker. I love potato chips that I don't even keep potato chips in my house because if they were in my house, I would eat every one of them. Okay, so we're all snacking. Is snacking inherently sinful? No. But is it maybe indicative of some patterns of our life that are sinful? And I think the answer to that is yes. So if you're a snacker, lean in here and let's grow a little spiritually. Let me give you 3 ways that snacking might be an indication that I'm not doing well spiritually. The first is that snacking is actually often the result of an overly hurried life. Meals require time. They require preparation, putting it on the table, sitting down and eating, cleaning up afterwards. Snacking is usually grabbing something I can grab quickly, eating it as I do the thing I was already doing. So meals are an interruption into my day, and snacks are not. But that's kind of the point. You see, we're so busy these days that we can't even stop to take time to eat. And that busyness is a spiritual problem. The Bible is full of metaphors concerning sitting down to eat and spiritual growth. Jesus institutes communion, the Lord's Supper, which is a meal that we are meant to take deliberately. This is his body and this is his blood. The Bible pictures heaven as a feast which we will enjoy with Jesus at our side. The Bible makes clear that regularly sitting down and eating should be a part of normal human life. That's because rest happens. I know that making a meal is labor, but it's a labor of love. Sitting down and eating a meal takes time, but it's relational time. Cleaning up after a meal takes effort, but it's actually redemptive effort because when we slow down to make and eat and share a meal with other people, we are taking time away from the busyness of life to do the things that God says are really living, breathing a little, enjoying each other a little. So snacking might be an indication that my time management is out of control, that I'm in need of the rest that comes from meals. The second possibility is that snacking is a sign that when I'm tired or depressed or anxious, I'm not turning to God, I'm turning to my stomach. I think ice cream is a wonderful thing, but if when I'm anxious, I turn first to ice cream, I am actually taking something wonderful and making it something toxic. I'm short-circuiting the impulse of my soul, which is actually crying out not for the comfort of strawberry ice cream, but for the comfort of time with God. You see, we are designed so that when we are feeling anxious, depressed, tired, to go running to God. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." My fear is that we're not going to Jesus because we've already gone to snacking. So if you're snacking as a coping mechanism, just tell yourself this: Jesus first, then ice cream. Prayer first, than popcorn. And then here's the third thing. Snacking can be a sign that impulse control is out of whack. That's why when you go to the grocery store or to Target or to Walmart or wherever, they fill the aisle on your way out with candy and chips and soda. What they're hoping is that in the very last moment you're in the store, you will lack the impulse control to say no, and you will pay about 3 times what that item is worth because you have to have it now. Snacking might be an indication that we are living an undisciplined life. And if we are, that's affecting more than just our health and our waistline. It's probably affecting our ability to be generous and our ability to seek relationship with other people. So again, I want to be clear, snacking is not sinful. Paul says, whether you eat or drink, do all to the glory of God. You can snack to the glory of God, but not if it's in the way of rest, if it's as false comfort, or if it's the lack of impulse control. So ask yourself this, what kind of snacker am I? And what is it telling me about my own heart? Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. While you're here, we'd love to ask you to hit subscribe or to like so you get future content. If you listen to the audio version too, make sure you leave a review and a comment. That really helps. Consider sharing it on social media and helping us get the word out. And hey, while you're here, check out all the other content that Christ Community Chapel is putting out, including the videos that are around me right now.